This is Harris. Say your
Hi.
last name.
Harris Doran.
Duran.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harris.
Yes.
The thing that I noticed first, and for some reason I've been quoting this movie a lot to people, is your editing. And I quoted, the movie I want to quote is Moonlight. Because I noticed the similarities between both the sound editing and the way you cut, and then there's like blackness in certain parts. I don't think that you copied it, but I think it's no offense. I don't want to jinx it, but like kind of what critics watch out for that they like. Or, like Academy voters. Not now, maybe at some point in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just noticed your style fits really well with what the Academy likes.
Thank you. I loved Moonlight. That was an amazing movie. And I think, a story that is, so stripped down and so real needs to be edited in a way that respects the story, that respects the actors, so that it has a naturalistic editing style. And so it was very important to me that it didn't feel like Hollywood editing, where we could really be inside the character because we had to sit there. We weren't able to get out quickly when it got too hard.
And if I may ask, because I honestly don't remember, how long, I want to say a year, that you were writing the script for this movie, right?
It's a little longer. I started in December 2014, and then we shot in June 2016. And I don't stop writing, so, once we were already in pre-production, I was still working on it.
And how does a nice Manhattan boy write about a woman who's already, not your experiences, a woman who's in the situation?
Sure. So for
and
me,
put yourself in his, what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Not, it could be farther. Couldn't be farther from who you are.
Sure. So it's inspired by true events that happened to one of the film's producers, and then the film itself is, for me, very personal in that it, the women that are in the film are people that I know very well, that are in my family, that I grew up with, and so for me, these are people that I know. To me, she's not far from me. She's not far from who I grew up with, and so for me, it was about allowing her to be, not forcing something on it. If that makes sense. And I did a lot of research in terms of, it deals with abuse, and so I worked with organizations that deal with this, and that gave me notes on the script, and it was very important to me that it was very authentic and respectful.
When you were looking at some of the actresses auditioning and determining who was not fit for the part, what small things, I hate to say, because every actress is a good actress, I think, but what small things make you look at somebody where you say, I think this person is better fit than others?
So, when I auditioned, I had a great casting director, Henry Russell Bergstein, who works with Doug Gable. They do all the Wes Anderson films, and I told him what I was looking for, and he sent me a list of about 30 girls, and I, having been an actor, I think that audition processes can be done differently and then more successfully, so I did my homework looking into each girl and narrowed the list of 30 down to 4, and then when I called them in, it just was that Auden was so extraordinary.
But what was it exactly about her? A little thing?
She was
sometimes people have a flick at the hair, or they have a lip curl, or
it was nothing like that. It was the depth of her soul came through in her acting, like how it does in the film. Her audition was like that, and so it wasn't any one thing. It was the totality of who this artist was in front of me.
And okay, this is kind of I always try to make these videos personal, or anything I do, articles.
Sure.
My personal goal is to, I always say, change the world through my art.
Yeah.
Now that's going to be a hard goal.
Sure.
But it might take a while. But how do you hope this film will change the world through your art? And how long do you think it'll take for people to see that sex abuse is not just something you talk about and and that's cool, and Dr. Phil, and forget about it?
Sure. So the audiences that have seen it in the festivals, there have been individuals that I have come up to me, that have come up to other people that they know, that have actually spoken out about their own abuse, people that have never in their entire lives spoken out about it. And so
And they talk to you?
Yeah, there are people that
Like they
come
just
up
come
to
up to
me
you after the show? And
yeah,
then, wow.
yeah. And so we're one of us, and yeah, there's been quite a number of people where there are, even if just these were the only screenings that ever happened, people's lives were changed, and that is extraordinary.
And I don't want to like hog you, but because we're on 5 minutes
Yeah.
now, but what are your tips for people who basically have screenwriter's block?
I think they need to go inside and look at what's personal to them and express that. Find what you have to say and say it.